Have you noticed climbing stairs feels harder lately, or that your legs tire more quickly than they used to? It's not just aging, it's a silent warning your body is sending. Weak legs aren't just an inconvenience, they're the first sign that your mobility and independence could be at risk. But here's the good news: this decline isn't permanent. In fact, with the right knowledge and simple changes, you can reverse it. In this video, we'll reveal the real reason your legs weaken first, and by the end, you'll learn about 3 powerful foods that can help rebuild your strength, starting today. The hidden truth behind leg weakness. Most people think that weaker legs are just a normal part of getting older, but that assumption can be dangerously misleading. The truth is, your legs don't simply wear out with age. They're sending you an early warning sign that your body is starting to lose something vital: muscle mass. There's a medical term for this slow and silent decline: sarcopenia. It begins as early as your 40s and speeds up with each passing decade. On average, adults lose about 1% of muscle mass per year starting in midlife. But once you hit your 60s, that rate can double, leading to noticeable weakness, instability, and fatigue. And it usually hits your legs first. But why the legs? Your legs house the largest and most frequently used muscles in your entire body. Every time you walk, stand, sit down, or even just balance, your legs are working behind the scenes to hold you up and keep you moving. They're like the pillars of a building, strong, reliable, and constantly in motion. But because they do so much of the heavy lifting, they're also the first to show signs of decline when your body starts losing muscle. Think of your muscles like a savings account. In your youth, you build up a healthy reserve, strength, endurance, and flexibility. But as you age, your body starts withdrawing from that account faster than it deposits. And since your legs are used the most, they feel the loss first. You might start noticing that stairs take more effort, or that your legs feel heavier after a short walk. These aren't just minor annoyances, they're red flags. And here's what's even more concerning: when your legs weaken, your risk of falling skyrockets. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related deaths among adults over 65. One unexpected trip, one missed step, that's all it takes to end up in the hospital or lose your independence entirely. What starts with tired legs can lead to broken bones, surgeries, and months of painful recovery, or worse. But this decline isn't inevitable. Leg weakness is not a permanent sentence. In fact, recognizing the signs early gives you the power to fight back. Strength can be rebuilt. Muscle can be restored. The body is incredibly adaptable if you give it the right fuel and attention. So if your legs have started to feel weaker, slower, or shakier, it's not just you. It's a real condition, and it's time to take it seriously. Because once you understand what's happening, you can start taking steps to stop it, before it goes too far. Why legs are hit first: the science. You might be wondering, if muscle loss happens throughout the body, why do the legs seem to weaken first? The answer lies in the unique role your legs play in daily life and how aging affects their performance at the cellular level. Your legs aren't just big muscles, they're constantly in use. From the moment you get out of bed to the time you lie down at night, your legs are responsible for every movement. Standing, walking, bending, lifting, balancing, even just shifting your weight. That constant demand wears on them over time, especially when your body's ability to maintain muscle starts to decline. As you age, 2 key changes hit your leg muscles harder than any other part of your body. 1. Loss of fast-twitch muscle fibers, and 2. Decreased blood flow and oxygen delivery. Let's start with the muscle fibers. Your body has 2 main types of muscle fibers: fast-twitch and slow-twitch. Fast-twitch fibers are responsible for powerful, quick movements, like climbing stairs or catching yourself when you stumble. These are the fibers that deteriorate fastest with age. And where are they most concentrated? You guessed it, in your legs. When those fibers weaken, you lose not just strength, but also speed and balance. That's why you might notice it takes longer to react or recover if you trip. Your body isn't slow because you're older. It's because the muscle types that control quick, stabilizing movements are fading away. The second issue is reduced circulation. As we get older, the body naturally experiences a decline in vascular function, which means less oxygen-rich blood reaches the muscles. Poor circulation slows muscle recovery and repair, especially in the lower extremities where blood has to travel farther. This means that even minor strain on your legs, like a long walk, takes longer to heal and can lead to persistent soreness or stiffness. And here's another factor that accelerates the problem: sedentary living. Most people become less active with age, spending more time sitting, less time walking or exercising. But the less you use your legs, the more quickly they lose strength. It becomes a vicious cycle. Weaker legs make activity harder, so you do less, and the legs grow even weaker. The science is clear. The legs are hit first because they bear the heaviest physical load, contain the fastest degrading fibers, and rely on high oxygen demand, all while aging naturally disrupts these systems. But here's the twist: this decline isn't permanent. Understanding why the legs go first is the first step toward taking action to rebuild them stronger than ever. Because what happens next isn't just about muscles, it's about protecting your freedom. The shocking risk: loss of independence. At first, weaker legs might just feel like a minor annoyance. Maybe you avoid stairs or take longer to get out of a chair. But over time, this slow decline can turn into something far more serious: the loss of your independence. Here's the hard truth: when your legs lose strength, your entire life starts to shrink. Everyday tasks become harder. Walking to the mailbox, carrying groceries, standing in the shower, all start to feel like obstacles. And eventually, those small struggles can lead to something far more dangerous: falls. Falls aren't just part of aging. They are a leading cause of injury, hospitalization, and even death in older adults. In fact, according to the CDC, 1 in 4 people over 65 falls each year. And many of those falls result in serious injuries: broken hips, head trauma, long hospital stays, or permanent disability. What's even more heartbreaking is how quickly life changes after just one fall. A confident, independent person can suddenly find themselves relying on walkers, caregivers, or even unable to live at home alone. Why is this so common? Because weak leg muscles destroy your stability and balance. When your legs can no longer react quickly enough to catch you, or your joints are too stiff to adjust your footing, a small misstep can turn into a catastrophic fall. And the scariest part? Most people don't realize they're at risk until it's too late. Losing your independence doesn't usually happen all at once. It starts quietly, with simple things like avoiding stairs or feeling unsteady walking on uneven ground. Maybe you start relying on handrails, using furniture to balance, or avoiding walks altogether. But these small adjustments can snowball, slowly chipping away at your mobility, confidence, and freedom. The emotional toll can be just as damaging. When you lose physical independence, it often leads to isolation, depression, and a sharp drop in quality of life. Things you once loved, traveling, playing with grandchildren, gardening, dancing, start slipping away. And yet, it all traces back to one core issue: leg strength. But here's the powerful truth: this doesn't have to be your future. You have more control than you think. Rebuilding your leg strength can protect not just your body, but your freedom, your happiness, and your lifestyle. And it doesn't require a gym membership or intense workouts. Sometimes, it starts with just a few key changes to what you eat and how you move each day. Because when your legs are strong, you stay strong. And that strength can carry you through the years with confidence, stability, and independence. How people are reversing it. Let's make one thing clear: this decline isn't final. Weak legs aren't a life sentence, and for many people, the turning point comes when they finally realize you can rebuild what age has taken away. Take Margaret, for example. At 72, she had nearly given up on living the active life she once loved. Stairs felt impossible, her knees trembled when she walked, and even simple things, like standing in the kitchen or taking a stroll through the park, left her exhausted. She stopped going out. She stopped dancing. She started thinking maybe this was just how it would be from now on. But then something changed. One day, after nearly falling while stepping off a curb, Margaret had a wake-up call. "I realized if I didn't do something soon," she said, "I'd lose everything: my independence, my freedom, even my home." That moment sparked a small but powerful decision. She was going to fight back. And she didn't do it with expensive treatments or fancy equipment. Margaret started by changing what she ate. She focused on foods that supported her muscle health: nutrient-rich proteins, omega-3 fats, leafy greens, and calcium-packed meals. Nothing extreme. Just small, intentional choices made consistently. Next, she began simple strength movements: just standing up from a chair repeatedly or walking for 5 minutes more than the day before. No gym, no weights, just consistent motion and patience. The results? Within a few months, Margaret was walking over a mile a day. Her balance returned. Her energy was back. And most importantly, she was able to return to something she never thought she'd do again: ballroom dancing. The woman who once clung to the railing for balance was now gliding across the floor with confidence and joy. Margaret's story isn't a miracle. It's proof that the body responds when you give it what it needs. Muscles can regrow. Bones can strengthen. Confidence can be rebuilt. All it takes is the decision to start, and a plan that works with your life, not against it. There are thousands of stories just like hers. People who felt like their best days were behind them, only to realize that with the right fuel and the right steps, strength can return, sometimes even stronger than before. And it all starts with what you put on your plate. Because food isn't just fuel, it's a powerful tool that can rebuild your legs, restore your mobility, and revive your independence. Coming up next, you'll discover the top 3 foods Margaret and others swear by to help strengthen their legs and transform their health from the ground up. Fatty fish, the joint lubricator. When it comes to rebuilding strength and protecting your legs as you age, few foods are as powerful or as underrated as fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna aren't just tasty. They're muscle-preserving, joint-protecting superfoods that could help restore your leg strength from the inside out. So what makes fatty fish so effective? It all comes down to omega-3 fatty acids, often called good fats, and they're essential for maintaining muscle function, reducing inflammation, and keeping your joints flexible. Your body doesn't produce omega-3s on its own, which means you need to get them from your diet. And if you're not regularly eating fatty fish, you could be missing one of the most effective natural tools for joint and muscle health. Here's how it works. As we age, chronic inflammation builds up in our joints and muscles, even if we don't feel it at first. This low-grade inflammation makes your legs feel stiff, sore, and less responsive. Over time, it also interferes with muscle repair and regeneration, speeding up the effects of aging. But omega-3s are natural inflammation fighters. They help lubricate joints, ease stiffness, and reduce the discomfort that keeps so many people from staying active. And the benefits don't stop there. Fatty fish are also rich in high-quality protein, which is essential for maintaining and rebuilding muscle mass. Every time you eat salmon or tuna, you're giving your body the raw materials it needs, amino acids, to repair worn-down muscle tissue and grow stronger fibers. That means better balance, more stamina, and stronger legs with every meal. Plus, many fatty fish are loaded with vitamin D, which plays a crucial role in both muscle function and bone strength. Low levels of vitamin D have been linked to weakness, fatigue, and even falls. So eating fish like mackerel or sardines doesn't just support your joints, it strengthens the entire foundation of your body. Worried it might be hard to add fatty fish to your routine? Don't be. Grill or bake a fillet of salmon with herbs and lemon for a quick, nutrient-packed dinner. Toss canned tuna into a salad or whole grain wrap for lunch. Even sardines, yes, sardines, can be surprisingly delicious when paired with crackers, avocado, or a squeeze of citrus. And if you're not a fan of fish at all? Don't worry. Plant-based alternatives like flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, or algae oil supplements can still give you a healthy dose of omega-3s. Bottom line, fatty fish are like oil for your joints and fuel for your muscles. They help your legs move better, feel stronger, and recover faster, making them an essential part of any plan to stay mobile, active, and independent. Dairy, the bone guardian. If your goal is to keep your legs strong and your body moving with ease, there's one food group you shouldn't overlook: dairy. Milk, yogurt, and cheese may seem simple, but they're packed with 2 of the most essential nutrients your legs depend on: protein and calcium. Together, these nutrients form a powerful duo that supports not just your muscles, but the very structure that holds you up, your bones. Let's start with protein, the unsung hero of muscle maintenance. Every time you sit, stand, walk, or stretch, your muscles go to work. These daily movements create tiny tears in the muscle fibers, a normal and healthy part of the muscle-building process. But here's the key: your body needs protein to repair those fibers and rebuild them stronger. Without enough of it, your muscles start to shrink, weaken, and lose their ability to support your balance and mobility. That's where dairy products come in. A single glass of milk contains about 8 grams of high-quality protein, while Greek yogurt can deliver over 20 grams per serving. This protein is rich in essential amino acids your body can't produce on its own, meaning it goes straight to work rebuilding and protecting your muscles. But muscles are only part of the equation. Underneath all that muscle are your bones, and if they're weak, even the strongest muscles won't protect you from fractures or falls. That's why calcium is so critical, especially as you age. Calcium is the mineral your bones rely on for strength, density, and structure. But here's the problem. As we get older, our ability to absorb calcium naturally declines. That makes your bones more vulnerable to thinning, weakening, and breaking. In fact, many people over 50 suffer from osteopenia or osteoporosis without even knowing it, until a sudden fall leads to a broken hip or worse. Dairy offers a simple and reliable way to fight back. A cup of yogurt, a slice of cheese, or a serving of milk can provide a large portion of your daily calcium needs, helping to keep your bones solid and resilient against the forces of aging. Worried about lactose intolerance? Don't sweat it. There are plenty of lactose-free options available, including lactose-free milk and yogurt. Even fortified plant-based milks like almond or soy milk can deliver a strong dose of calcium when dairy isn't an option. At the end of the day, dairy is more than just a snack or a beverage, it's a foundation builder. It gives your legs the support system they need, protein to power your muscles, and calcium to reinforce your bones. When combined with movement and smart nutrition, it becomes a daily defense against weakness, instability, and loss of independence. Leafy greens, the muscle saver. They may not look like much on your plate, but leafy greens are some of the most powerful muscle-saving foods you can eat, especially as you age. Spinach, kale, arugula, collard greens, and Swiss chard are often overlooked, but these vibrant vegetables are nutrient-dense powerhouses that directly support leg strength, joint health, and long-term mobility. What makes leafy greens so effective? It comes down to 3 key nutrients: vitamin K, magnesium, and potassium. Each plays a specific and vital role in protecting your legs from decline. Let's start with vitamin K, a lesser-known nutrient with major benefits. Vitamin K helps your body absorb and use calcium properly, which is essential for keeping your bones dense and strong. Without enough vitamin K, the calcium you consume may not go where it's needed most. That leads to weaker bones and joints, especially in the legs where the body bears most of its weight. Vitamin K-rich greens like kale and collard greens act like bone fortifiers, ensuring your foundation stays solid as you age. Next is magnesium, a mineral involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, and it plays a direct role in muscle function. Magnesium helps your muscles contract and relax properly, which prevents painful cramps, spasms, and tension in your legs. If you've ever felt soreness or stiffness that just wouldn't go away, a lack of magnesium could be the cause. Leafy greens like spinach are among the best natural sources of this important mineral. Then there's potassium, an electrolyte that's absolutely essential for proper muscle performance. Potassium balances fluid in your cells and helps your muscles respond quickly and smoothly to movement. Without enough potassium, your legs can feel heavy, weak, or prone to cramping. Potassium also improves circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients more efficiently to the lower body, speeding up muscle recovery and helping prevent fatigue. Best of all, leafy greens are easy to add to your diet. You can toss a handful of spinach or arugula into your morning smoothie, stir kale into soups or stews, or enjoy sautéed greens as a simple side dish. They're low in calories, high in fiber, and packed with antioxidants that support your entire body, not just your legs. And if you think leafy greens are boring, think again. Mix them with roasted veggies, nuts, seeds, olive oil, or goat cheese to turn them into delicious, crave-worthy meals that also protect your strength. The bottom line: leafy greens are nature's prescription for aging legs. They help your muscles stay strong, your bones stay firm, and your body stay mobile. When it comes to keeping your legs in fighting shape, these greens are gold. Thanks for sticking with me through this journey to stronger, healthier legs. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who needs it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss tips that keep you strong, active, and independent. Stay moving, and I'll see you in the next one.